Good morning. Last night was a night of prayer, all-night prayer. Have you ever had one of those? I laid in bed, gathering all my strength and my peace, my joy, my conviction, and wrapping it up and sending it out to certain people. And when I did that, I knew that there was a spiritual connection. I knew that I had released something wondrous, and I believe that it will hit the target and return to me. Since I've started this experiment in the way of prayer, crazy things have happened. First, I prayed for my brother Rodney, who I haven't heard from in a while, and who I parted with not real great last time. The day after I prayed, my niece called me and said that my nephew had found him in the park, and I knew he was okay. The second thing was my son, and my son's been in prison for self-medication, basically, that he shared with the world. And so I prayed for him. 2 days later, I got a call that he's being miraculously released. He was supposed to have 7 years left. Do you see how powerful God is? And then yesterday, I left my phone somewhere in Leicester at the grocery store, maybe in a cart, maybe on the wheel of David's truck, whoever knows. But I did the same prayer, and I sent out God's energy that lives within me. And when I got there, it took about 10 minutes to retrieve my phone, which was in perfect condition. But it was a confirmation from God that I was on the right track and that I don't really have anything to fear. So, today is a new day, and I'll be writing a contract. As I laid in bed last night, thinking about how I could benefit other people, I heard pretty clearly, you need a contract with me. A contract to be impeccable with my word unto God. A contract to put myself first, which has always been the most difficult part for me, because there are so many others with bigger needs. But if I put myself first, and I am wound up in the spirit and full to the tip top, and then I send that glory out based on what I've learned about quantum physics and entanglement, there's no doubt it's impossible that all that goodness isn't returned to me. It's like a ricochet effect. And so that's my focus. And my contract today will be one that says, Cindy, your only job is to care for yourself, to make sure you're spiritually prayed up, to make sure you're physically available, for God's Spirit to make sure I'm mentally aware of truth and to make sure I'm emotionally committed, first to myself. And if I can manage to keep the promises I make to myself, I believe it'll make it much easier to keep the promises I make to others. Because from that satisfied contract will become a deed, a title, a provision. God is Jehovah Jireh. Why don't you write a contract with me?